Steroids.
Who's timing?
I started at the beginning.
Okay.
Does it tell you the time on the...
Yeah, it does. Alright, let's do it.
Of course, if your camera cuts off like some people.
Be quiet. You.
Too good.
Alright, go ahead. I'll tell you why later.
Guys, be quiet.
Steroids, not only killing the game, but also killing the players. Definition of steroids is a synthetic derivative of testosterone, sometimes used by athletes to increase weight and strength. When players use steroids, they put their health, career, and dignity on the line. People wonder why athletes already making millions risk everything just to get a level higher than everybody else. Steroids show up in sports news often, and many fans are shocked when they see their favorite athlete has used steroids. For example, Mark McGwire, one of my favorite baseball players, admitted to taking steroids. I felt as though he let me down as a role model and a hero. My proposition is that steroids should be banned in all athletic competition around the world. Steroids affect the user in many ways, such as health risks that could cause death. Another argument of mine is that steroids are taking the originality and fairness out of sports. Also, many people who have broken records have used steroids, but the people who set the records have not. Steroids are used in sports even though they are legal. The status quo of steroids are that they are illegal in all competitive sports. Steroids should stay illegal to protect the game, but also the players. There are many serious health risks that comes with using steroids. For men, they start to develop breasts and their testicles shrink. And then diagram of them. Women suffer from high levels of the testosterone in the drug. It causes them to have facial hair and armpit hair that you couldn't imagine. Also, the mental risks are roid ragers too. You see here, this is pretty much all the side effects of steroids. It goes all the way down the body. It just affects everywhere in the body. If you keep it Jersey Shore, this is a perfect example of a roid rage. If you watch the episode, he pretty much destroyed everything in the room. He's freaked out. Roid rages often occur with steroids because it gives the person a short fuse. When they get mad, they can get mad. Steroids are not only hurting the players, but also sports. Steroids are taking away the fairness of sports, but also putting the user ahead of everybody else. When athletes get hurt, it usually takes them a couple days or months to recover. Athletes who use steroids recover in a matter of days, which usually take another athlete months. This does not give the player who doesn't take steroids a fair advantage. Also, steroids increase the athlete's performance, making the non-users at an unfair advantage when it comes to performance. Players who take steroids are more likely to break records, leaving the other players in the dust. What about Babe Ruth and Hank Aaron, who marred the world with their skill, and then came along Barry Bonds, who cheated his way to become the home run king by using steroids? Why does Barry Bonds get to be at the top of the record books, even though he cheated? I believe that, this is a sign at one of Barry Bonds' games. It's just pointing out how Babe Ruth, he did it with hot dogs and beer. Hank Aaron did it with class, and they're asking what he did it, because they know he used steroids to cheat his way to the top. I believe the years that athletes use steroids should be wiped out of the record books because it is cheating. The Olympics strip medals of the athletes who have used steroids, and I believe all sports should do that. I'll show you this quick YouTube video.
Matt Barnes is a strong guy. He's only 20 years old, but right now he's leg pressing 900 pounds. And he's doing all this without steroids. At least now he is. He's been off them about 4 months.
I thought, that was the greatest thing that ever happened to me.
Barnes is a bodybuilder who says he just wanted an edge. Along with 40 pounds of muscle, he got some things he didn't want, like a hair-trigger temper.
Craziest thing I did was I ripped a door out of the frame.
And a variety of physical problems.
I've noticed major joint deterioration. anywhere from knees, hips, shoulders.
You might think Matt Barnes' story is a unique one, but it's really not. 2.2% of 12th graders, or roughly 1 in 45, admit they've tried steroids once in their life. That's according to an Office of National Drug Control Policy study conducted in 2007. That means on average every 4th basketball team, every other baseball team, and every high school football team has a player who was or is on steroids. That may surprise you, but it doesn't surprise these ball players one bit.
There's a couple times I was suspected, but there's a couple kids I've known that's on it. They've gotten just a whole bunch bigger.
Did you ever say anything to those guys?
Not really.
Richard Maddox isn't surprised either. He captained the University of Arizona's Desert Swarm defense in the early 90s, and he also spent time in the National Football League and Canadian Football League.
It was all around me and I didn't know it.
He recalls seeing teammates get bigger and faster in a matter of months.
And then the amazing event was to watch it all go away, in a matter of weeks.
Today, he works at the Gold's Gym in Winston-Salem.
How hard would it be to get steroids?
From what I understand, it's extremely easy. They can go online.
That's scary, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's especially scary for Maddox considering he has one son playing defensive back at Coastal Carolina and another in Pop Warner ball.
If he's reaching success and violating, the laws, violating his health and well-being, there's no win in that. There's always a loss.
But young athletes are not at a loss when it comes to finding steroids. The same ONDCP study found 40% of 12th graders thought steroids would be fairly or very easy to get.
Run and pass.
Rusty LaRue.
As you can see, that's very scary that they say it's very easy to get steroids for like kids at young ages who can start using steroids about like 12th grade. And then if they go to pro leagues, they'll still be using them. If you have any additional questions about steroids, please go to www.dare.com to learn more about the drug, and you can contact a DARE officer in our area for additional questions. The health of the players, fairness of the game, and the statistics all are affected by steroids. Steroids will drastically change sports if the commissioners do not take steps to stop it. All in all, steroids are a growing problem in sports, but if the players and the people work together, steroids will not affect sports. Thank you.